Okay. With a lot of people, they'll see immediate relief, and some people, they might take a little bit of processing, the next few days, and they can see some relief. So, okay, let's go to the layers of the onion. So the first layer, and you could just take the knowledge and apply it to your own practice and your own life as well. So the first layer, let me tune into him. And I have a course about Chinese energetics, and also we'll be coming out with a newer course for the heart wisdom process to actually go through the step-by-step process. And then we'll have some probably some either live trainings or webinars that teach people how to do this in more detail. So let's look at the first layer here. Okay, so the first layer relates to fear. So we talked about fear, like we talked about earlier. Okay, so the self-inquiry process, we also talked about self-inquiry. So just go into silence and ask this question into your gut area and just say, who am I? But the key is the mental answer doesn't matter. That's more of a triggering a response to the subconscious, so it gets released. Okay, so in silence, go to the gut and say, who am I if I could let go of these fears? And say it in silence into your gut. So the next layer is sadness. We talked about sadness as well. Sadness. Okay, these are what I call the layers of the onion. Okay, so so we're going to let go of that in the heart area. And then the next layer relates to control. We also talked about that earlier, the letting go of control. Okay, so what's behind control is it's not safe to let go of control. Okay, so in silence, say into your gut, who am I if I can let go of not feeling safe? Okay, so just in silence say that, but like I said, the mental answer doesn't matter, but it's more of we're triggering subconscious experiences to get released. Okay, give me a rating from a 0 to 10, the pain.
5, 6.
Okay, are you noticing any shifts?
It's not as sharp.
Okay.
Okay, sharpness is.
So there's a fear of letting go fully. Go into the gut area and say, who am I if I can trust more? Okay. So this is a way to communicate to the subconscious. So it's not safe to fully trust, so we want to trust more. So what I mean by trusting is there's a universal intelligence that's invisible that we can't see. But if we can trust it, then we could heal. But if we don't trust it, then we heal slower. Okay? Okay, how did your knee feel?
There felt like there was a release
of
the pain was like a 4, and it feels lighter. Like there's air going around the knee.
Okay, good. Okay, so the next layer. So I talked about basically 9 types of layers, but it's the order that we go into. If we find the right layer and can intuit it, then it gets released. But if we don't intuit it correctly, then it doesn't get released. So it's like the way that the subconscious works is that if you can communicate it with it in the right order, like if you're in France, you should try to speak French with people, and then they'll understand you. Or in China, you speak Chinese. But if you're speaking German in China and try to get the communication going, it might not work so well. Okay, so if you can speak to the subconscious in the right sequence, then what's causing you suffering can get processed, can get released. Okay, but if you don't speak in the right sequence, then it won't get processed. Okay, so how is it now from a 0 to 10?
3, 4.
Okay.
It's tightening up again.
Okay. Sometimes you might experience more intense pain. okay, if you, as things become conscious, that's subconscious, you might experience more pain or suffering momentarily because it needs to come from the unconscious to the conscious to be processed. So there's more sadness held in the heart, so we're going to let go of that. And then, again, if you go back to the gut, there's another layer of the fear of letting go. So even though it sounds like it's repetitive, I'm kind of going through the layers because it is repetitive. If you could learn the process. Okay, how do you feel now from a 0 to 10?
Well, back to more of a 3. It's coming down.
Okay.
It's like a knot.
There's a fear of fully letting it go. So go into silence and say to the gut, who am I if I can fully let go? And if you fully let go, you might not know who you are. Okay. So so go to silence, who am I if I can trust more? Okay. Notice how they feel now.
Better.
Okay.
It's dissipating, and I think you're hitting on a thing of trust.
Yes. Okay.
Which is each time we've talked about it, or you've talked about it.
So we're going to the layers, and we just go deeper with the layers. So this is also connected to childhood experience and not trusting. So okay. Give me a number now from a 0 to 10 now.
1.
Okay. And then there's a fear of letting that go. And then it's not safe to fully let it go. And then, okay, how do you do it? How are you doing now?
There's some irritant.
Okay.
It's not a pain, but what I would call pain.
Okay.
But there's an irritant.
Okay. So it went from a 6 to like almost a 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.